So yesterday we discussed about the how to download the SAP softwares and what are the softwares we required. So all these things. So we discussed, right? So once again, let me show you how to download it and how to extract it and everything. Why? Because here you will not get access actually for this SAP marketplace. You will not get access. So why? Because this is the organizational provided as user ID. So that now you can see so how to access and everything. So the first of all you have to log into the service marketplace. Okay, this is the our service marketplace support.sap.com or service.sap.com. This is one of the common site means which will use it for day to day. Normally if anything required from the SAP side, so SAP side, if you need any document, if you need any note, if you need any software, if you need anything license, if you need anything, then we have to come to this marketplace. So how outside, if you have any market, how we will go to the market? We will purchase all the groceries and everything in the market. Same as like here in the SAP market in site, market means in SAP site, we will get everything here, right? So here, so we can also create the users here, but it's organizational professional user ready, right? So only administrator has access to create the users for the others. Okay, now software downloads. So in this software downloads we have to, why? Because we are downloading the software, so you have to go to the software downloads. From there, so you can choose the respective softwares what you are going to do here. So suppose example, if you see here, so installations, right? We are doing the installation. Then we need to click the installations, that tab. Under you have the by alphabetical index. Just open it. Then you can download it. Suppose ERP, then you can download the ERP. CRM, you can download the CRM. So BI bots, so you can download it from here. Fury, you can download Gateway here. HANA here. So like that, they have arranged like alphabetical wise. So we have to download it from here. So ERP, like currently we are discussing about the ECC EHP8. Then just to go to the here, and then so here you can download it. Here you can go to the here and here. So you can just select the ECC. Then you can download it. ECC. Then you can download the packages. You can download it, right? So those are the versions we already discussed in our previous class and everything. Okay. So after the downloads, what are the softwares we required that we discussed, right? What are the softwares we required means that we discussed already. So that we discussed already. These are the softwares we required and everything. So yesterday I have downloaded the softwares. You can see the SAP softwares. So here DB client, we have here DB client is there here. So that one I have to download it. So ECC exports. So that the exports we have downloaded as the zip file. I am extracting these zip files which created the 11 exports as I discussed yesterday, right? NetWeaver we have the so 3 exports, ECC 11 exports, S4HANA 30 exports. That is what we have seen yesterday, right? So these are the exports we have downloaded. Then what next? Then after the exports downloaded, then host agent, the host agent also file downloaded. Same here, the kernel files also downloaded. So then SWPM also I have downloaded, right? SWPM I have downloaded, not this all folders, only swpm.sar file I have downloaded. Then what about this all files are extracted? I have extracted. So let me extract in front of you only. So okay, let me extract in front of you only. So let me delete everything here. Okay, I deleted everything here. So now let's start the SAP installation now. SAP installation. Okay, let's start the SAP installation now. Okay, so SAP installation we are doing it here. So yeah, before the installation we have the some preparation activities, prerequisites. So these prerequisites means we need to download all the required softwares. OS should be ready, database should be ready. So all these things we have checked it out, right? These are the preparation tasks. Why? Because if you observe the SAP architecture, SAP is the three-tier architecture, right? Three tiers, kind of auto or cycle, three-tier architecture. Like this is the presentation layer. Presentation layer means our GUI, our browsers and everything. This is the SAP application layer. This is the DB layer, database layer. Database always in the bottom. Why? Because so here user will open the application. Here he will do the transaction, right? The transaction will go to the database level in the form of table, in the form of data. Here in the table level, it will store the data, right? A lot of tables like employment table, credit card tables, bank tables, like accounts tables, so vendor tables, purchase table, like that number of tables are there. If you don't have tables concept, what will happen? All the data will sit into the one place. So it's not it's difficult to find out the which data it is. So but if you have the tables wise, if you have the data, then we can simply SAP will go and pick that data and it will show to us, right? So that's why we have the tables wise, the concept is that is called the database. So database, it will store the data in the form of tables, right? The tables contains rows and columns. Simple, right? So this is the our SAP architecture. This is our SAP architecture here. Now we are discussing about this part, okay? Application part we are discussing. Then after that, database part we are discussing. These two are in our scope. Scope means which we are going to discuss. But first we are going to discuss about the SAP application. So SAP application we are discussing means so SAP is depend on DB. SAP is depend on the how we depend on the earth, same as like SAP also will depend on the database. How one building will depend on the the basement and everything, same here also it depends upon the basement means DB. So first DB should be required here. So then DB client, then required software. So first of all DB should be ready. Okay, our database should be ready, already ready. So we already installed the database. So our database is the HANA database, right? HANA, we are going to discuss our database also, HANA database this time. Okay, so SAP means ECC we are discussing, but later we can install the S4HANA as well. We can discuss our basis concepts, everything in the S4HANA systems application. So now installation we can practice it today. So by Monday we can finish it the S4HANA installations as well. Okay, that is the concept. Okay, but because ECC, once you practice the ECC installations, then we can perform the S4HANA installations also, we can perform it. It's not very difficult. It's not the robotic science. Everyone can do. Okay, don't think like it's a new word, so I'm unable to perform it, like I don't know how to perform it means, don't worry. Okay, we can rock it. Okay, don't worry. Okay, we are installing this one. Yesterday we already discussed about the preparation steps and everything now, right? So preparation steps, pre-steps, so all these things we discussed. Space, RAM, CPU, sizing, so all these things we discussed. Now let's start the installation. To start the installation, first we need to go to the SWPM, software provisioning manager, right? Software provisioning manager. We have to open this file, open this software. Here we have SAP INST. There is a master file. SAP INST file is there. We need to double click that file. So if it is the Linux /SAP INST, we have to execute it. Why? Because in the Linux systems there is no GUI. So mouse will not work. Double click and so that we have to execute it. So if it's the Windows, that's why I'm discussing about the Windows only. Just to execute the double click on the SAP INST file. So how we will get the SAP INST? So all SAP softwares, if you see, it's downloaded as .sar file. So what is mean by .sar? So .sar means SAP archive. It's one of the very, very important, guys. Why? Because one of the interview they asked this question, one of our teammate. So what is mean by SAR? All SAP files are, so the extension should be SAR. Suppose if you see the PDF file .pdf, text file .text, zip file .zip, we know how to do unzip and everything, text file, PDF we have. Same as like SAP related any package, any file in the form of so .sar. SAR means SAP archive. S means SAP, AR means archive. Okay, SAP archive. It's a very, very important point. Okay, you can take a note. Why? Because commonly sometimes they may ask you questions. So what is SAR? So some packages are in the .sar, right? What do you mean by SAR? Okay, this one. So how to extract this SAR file? If you have the zip file, right click and WinZip RAR. So we will do that one. That we know. We are perfect, right? So suppose if you want to extract this one, you need to use the SAP car space -xvf space the file name you have to use it. The file name, what is the file you have to extract it? The file name you have to use it. This is the syntax you need to follow. How to extract the SAR files. So this is the syntax we have to use it. Okay, this is the first command, so we have to use it. Okay, got it? SAP car, capital letters, you can see caps, then space -xvf space file name. See here how I will extract it. So Windows, in Windows, you know, right, how to extract it in Windows. Suppose, okay, so in Windows, just open the command prompt. You will open the command prompt. So just nothing is here. Here you can type here. You can select here just CMD. You can type it. Command prompt will open here. So you have already in the SWPM folder. Just type SAP car space -xvf. Then file name. File name is SWPM10 star dot. Yes, yeah. Why? Because so I have I have to write full one, but so here that is only one file. That's why I am giving the star. Star means after SWPM anything is there, it will take it. Then if I click on OK button, that is extracting. See here, that is getting extracted. That is getting extracted here. That is getting extracted here. So that is getting extracted. See here how the file is getting extracted here. This is the way you have to extract the any SAR file. Any SAR file, this is the way we have to extract it. Right? This is the way we have to extract it. Okay. So, okay. So yeah, it's extracted. It's extracted. So it's extracted, right? Then what we can do, then we can close it. Why? Because extraction is done. You can have many folders, files are created. We don't want all these files and everything. So what we required, we need so what we required, we have to click on the SAP INST. This is the installation master file. We need to double click it. Then it is opening the software provisioning file. It is opening now. So means installation, it is starting now. SAP installation master file is starting now. See here. So it is started now. So it will open the URL in the browser. See here, it is opened automatically. It is opened the URL in the browser. So this is the URL. It's opened in the profile. In the URL, there is a one important action here. The URL always SWPM. SWPM is the tool we will use for the installations, right? Uninstallations, rename, exports, and import. So in a like that, so we have to use this one. So now we are doing the installation only. We don't want to uninstallation, rename, or exports or anything. So installation tool. What is the installation tool? Means SWPM tool. So in this tool, they may ask you some questions like, so what is the URL? URL name like HTTPS :/ host name. Host name. What is our host name? You have to computer name. Host name means computer name. Then you need to enter the 4238 or 39. You need to use 4238. That is the port number. You have to use it. So that is the SWPM port number. This is the one of the important question as well. So what? So after you extract it, you need to open the SWPM file, SAP INST file. Then it will open the URL in the browser. This is the common port number for everywhere. That is the common port number 4237 or 4238. 4237 or 4238. So 4238 or 4237. 4237 is for the HTTPS site. HTTPS site. 4238 for HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, but this is the HTTPS port number. HTTP 4237. Okay, this is the correct port number for the SWPM. They may ask you a question. What is the port number for SWPM? 4237. Okay, how to extract the SAR files? SAP car -XVF. See how many questions in a small topic, how many questions we are discussing now. Okay, so the SWPM, this is the port number. Here you need to enter the user ID and password. Go to the advanced mode. Here unsafe mode, then just enter the pass user ID. Whatever the user ID you started, that user ID you have to enter it. From which user ID you logged in, then which user ID you are opening, then that user ID you have to give it here. So I logged in as a administrator user, then I entered the administrator. Here. So now you can see here, now we are using the SWPM 1.0. SWPM 1.0 we are using. Why? Because we are not installing the S4 HANA. Only just to ECC we are installing, right? So here, so with SWPM, as I told you, right? So these softwares we can use it. SWPM, kernel, right, hostage and db client is common for the all installation. Only exports may change it, right? So it's very important. You may get confused, but you have to take a remember of the all these things. Okay, so here we can install the S4 HANA also. We can do the installation S4 HANA also. We can do the installation S4 HANA Java, right? 17.0 latest versions. You have to use the different version of the sum tool. So then NetWeaver 7.52, NetWeaver 7.5, NetWeaver 7.4, ECC. ECC is the one of the business suites here. So then dual stack MDM. So we can use it, system rename options, uninstallation, all these things we can perform it using the SWPM tool. So now we are installing the SAP ECC, right? Then ECC available in this folder, SAP Business Suite 7i. Here you can see above we can install it. Sorry, CRM we can install it, SRM we can install it, SCM we can, supply chain management. So all these products we can install it. Now what we are going to install it here, EHP8, right? EHP8. That's why, as I told you, right, our activities are common in all the systems. Suppose if someone asks you to install the CRM, then instead of this ERP 6.0, then you will click this is CRM. Simple. Okay, that's why, as I told you, right, our activities are common in all the area, all that respective system wise. So our activities are common, our basis activities are common. So that's why, so ECC is enough for us to discuss. So now EHP8 ECC 6.0, this is the latest version we are going to discuss, right? I just clicked this one. Here, see here, which database we are going to install it, either DB2, MaxDB, SQL Server, Oracle, HANA, ASE. So like as I told you, right, SAP ECC can be installed on any database. Simple. Any database we can install it. SAP ECC we can install on any database. If you see the S4 HANA, we have only one database, that is the HANA database only. So which means S4 HANA cannot be installed on any other databases. So they may ask you cross questions during the interview point of time. So you need to carefully listen the words from interviewer, what is exactly asking. Okay, so here just I selected the business suite 7i 2016, then EHP8 for ECC. Then what is the database? Either DB2, MaxDB, SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, HANA. So we are using the HANA, right? Just to expand the HANA, right? Expand the HANA. So preparations we already done, preparation checks. So but it will cross check. If you found something, if you want, you can cross check it. Otherwise you can ignore it. There is a installation. We are doing the installations now just to expand the installation. Now we are installing the application server, SAP application server. Above we are installing, right? Just click on the application server. So what type of options you can install the SAP on the following options. So 3 ways we can do the installation. We have the options. Depends upon our business scenario. You can install the So you can install this option. We can use this option: standard, distributed, high availability. So what is mean by standard? That I will explain it now, right? Standard. So is it clear till now? Any questions, any confusion from anyone? So what we did is we have extracted the software. We have extracted the software. So we have extracted the software. Some files are corrupted. Okay. Okay. So we have extracted the softwares from SAP. We have extracted the softwares from SAP Marketplace. Then we have extracted the softwares from the SAP Marketplace. Let me delete. Why? Because these files are corrupted, which I downloaded yesterday. So that's why it's saying that these files are corrupted. Again, we will initiate the files. Nothing. Just if you click it, it will be downloaded. Simple. See here, it is downloading. To getting downloaded. The only thing is it may take some time, but that's not a problem because if you know the concept how to download it, so that's fine. Okay, 4 files. Think part 4 is already there, so you can ignore it. 3, 8, 1. So we have. Okay, so this is the way we have to download it. So we are downloading now. Okay, so what we did is we have started the SWPM, then opened the SAP. Now we are discussing about the options. Which option you are going to install? We have the 3 options: standard, distributed, high availability. So what is mean by standard here? What is mean by standard? Standard means this is the one host. This is our server, right? This is our server. In one host, if you install the SAP and DB on one host, this is our host, means operating system. This is our operating system. If you install SAP and DB on same host, that is called the standard host. STD host, standard installations, right? So suppose database you installed on the same operating system, the SAP you installed on the same operating system, that means it's a standard one, right? This is the standard installation, single installation, which means. So what is meant by distributed? So here there is a risk. Why? Because SAP is running on here, DB is running on here. If something goes wrong, database will be corrupted. If the SAP is wrong, you need to, if OS is crashed, SAP DB both will be crashed, right? Both will be stopped status. So which means there is a risk if both are having here, but there is an advantage. So we don't want to install the multiple operating systems. We don't want to pay the much as the multiple licenses. The cost wise, we can minimize it, but risk wise, there is a risk. Correct? So what about the distributed installation? Okay, here distributed install means you need two hosts, right? Two hosts. One host you can install, the SAP, another host you can install the database. DB, which means distributed. You are distributed. So SAP is on one host, DB on the one host. Here you need to purchase the 2 operating systems, their licenses, their maintenance, their cost, and everything you have to bear. And also you need to install SAP on the separate host. You need to DB on the separate host. Then so this is called the risk, but risk is less. Risk is minimum risk. Why? Because if this OS is crashed, nothing will happen to database, right? If this is happens, nothing will happen to SAP, right? Anyhow, but the DB is crashed, SAP will down, but the operating system will not be impacted, right? So that is the thing here. The minimum risk is less. What about the high availability? What about the high availability? High availability means high available. This is the very important, everyone. Why? Because they may ask you questions like this only. So what is the difference between standard installation, distributed installation, high availability? Standard, one host, you have to install the database and SAP. What about the distributed? In the distributed, you need to The distributed you need to, so database on the one host and SAP is on the one another host. You have to install it. You have to install it. Okay, let's done. Now, what is the concept? Now, what is the concept of the high availability? High availability, high availability. Okay, high availability concept means same as like, so we have, so so cluster concept here, cluster concept. Suppose, take example, I will take the small example here. So I will take the high availability, high availability. So here, maybe in one host you have the SAP and a database. Here also you have the SAP, one host or different multiple hosts, we can install it, not a problem. In one host, this is one host, this is the one host, this is the one host, this is high availability concept. Okay, or we can take like here, one host, we have one host, this is the one host, this is the one host, high availability concept. So which means HA. So here you have SAP DB. So both are, this is the one data center, this is the one data center. So this reason is the one data center, means one country, this is in the one country. Okay, if some in this country something is happened, this is the SAP and DB. Okay, this is the SAP and this is the database. So this is the SAP and this is the database here, right? So in one country, this is the one country, suppose in the one country, this is the one country. So both are, there is a DB replication already in place, the DB will be replicated, the DB database will be data, whatever the data comes to the here, same data will be replicated to the secondary. When we are in the database topic, that time you will come to know how the DB will be replicated, what the everything. So okay, that we will discuss, that's not a problem. Why? Because we have the replication modes and concept. So okay, we are not going in detail way in the topic wise now. Why? Because we are just discussing about the what is HA, high availability. So which means in one country, this is one data center, this is one data center, or both are in the same data center. Suddenly this is crashed, entire data center is crashed. So some power off, some fluids, some fluctuations, entire data center is crashed. So maybe this is one of the banking sector system, banking system. Normally at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, users will log in, they will do the transactions and everything from the banking server. Now they cannot do anything now. Why? Because the server is down. Still backend team is working, but server is down. How to minimize the risk now? So in this case, they will start the system, or something is happens here, automatically the services will be failed. This will be up automatically. This will be up, or this we have to start it. This will be up. Then same system, same database, same data, but this is a different country. Then they will start this SAP and they will log into all users will log into this SAP and they will start working on this one. While we are fixing this one, they will use the secondary. Right? So this is the way high availability, which means there is no point of like, so there is no point of like system is down, we cannot do any transactions or nothing. So we have the high availability systems are there. Maximum in the banking sector, critical applications, they will use this, maybe shopping cart, shopping malls, they will use this high availability concept, high availability concept. So high availability concept, they will use it. Okay. So this is the way. You got it right? High availability means it's primary and secondary. So primary is down, immediately the secondary will be up. Then users can log in. Why? Because users can log in. Why? Because data already moving here. Then user can do the transactions from here as well. So that's the concept of the high availability concept. Okay, HA concept. Okay, in detail, we have the database topic is there. So that time we can discuss, right? In detailed way, that time we can discuss about this topic now. Okay, now just we are doing the standard or distributed. Whatever we want, we can do that one. So standard. Okay, standard installation, we can perform it. So standard. Okay, just click on this one. So now you will get, it will ask the parameters. So we have to enter the parameters here. So SAP installation is one of the big installation. It is a long time, it will take it out. Your inputs have the 1 hour, then system will take another 4 hours and 5 hours or 6 hours, depends upon your RAM size. It will do the installations, right? So this is the installation timelines, it will take it out. So if it is the you have the more RAM, immediately it will finish. Immediately means not half an hour, definitely more than 2 hours it will take for installing. For our case, it's a training system, right? Maybe it's a 3 hours or 4 hours, it will take it out. Okay, so this is the installation. We have to do that one. Now it's not completed. Even we have not completed. Enter the we have to enter the we have to enter the inputs here. We have to define the parameters here. We have to define the parameters here. So when you're defining the parameter settings, the first time it is asking the either the typical or custom. Typical means you will get the default settings, default options you will get the less prompt. Less prompt means small prompts you will get to enter it. Suppose if you select the custom prompt, here there are the multiple users, multiple default users will be created here as part of the installation. As part of the installation, multiple default users will be created. So when you choose this one, it will ask the each user password. Please enter the password of the SAP star. Please enter the password of the DDIC, ICM. So blah blah blah. Multiple prompts you will get. That is the concept. You can see the but you can see the more input screens you will get. Input entering the screen if the custom is selected. If you select the typical one, so one password for the all users, right? We can select the typical. Okay, or custom also you can select it, not a problem. Okay, both are same, but only the you will get the input screens that which we are entering, that input screens are so more, that input screens are the more. That's it. So it is verifying. Sir, where can I check the logs now? I am not sure whether what is doing this SWPM tool, what exactly it is doing. In the same tool itself, there is a log files. You can see here log files. In the log file column, you can see SAP INST. SAP INST, there is a option. So if you open this SAP inst.log file or SAP inst underscore dot log file, here you will get the exactly what is happening here. All the information you will get. Exactly what is happening here. All the information you will get. So these two log files are very, very important. SAP inst, SAP inst underscore dev.log file. So this is the one of the interview question as well. Important question. If anything wrong in the SWPM tool, something got error, where can I check the log file? You have to open the SAP inst.log file, SAP inst underscore dev installation log file. They may ask you questions like, okay, in a resume, you have mentioned like you have done the installations, right? So suppose installations you have error, where can you check the logs of the installation? Then you can go SAP inst dot log file, you can check it out, right? These are the two files are very important. So you can keep remember these two files. Why? Because in our classes, so I'm highlighting some points, which means which are scope to ask during the interviews. Okay, which are scope to ask you questions. They may not ask you, okay, you got the one warning, right? So what is that warning? They won't ask this type of silly questions. Why? Because who can remember all these texts? No one, right? So we are not by hiding all these things. We are not we are professionals, which means technically the scope of things we have to remember. Okay, now it is asking the log off. Initially, the first time we are starting in this host, we have to do the log off. So if I log off, I am not sure whether this will be cancelled or not. Why? Because if I log off now, the downloads will continue, right? Downloads will continue or it will be paused.
Background it will download, I guess, sir.
Mhm.
It will be downloading in the background. Downloads won't stop, basically. It will get paused, but better we can pause from our end also, right?
Is it? Yeah, let me
We
check.
go to downloads and click on this pause
Pause.
button to uh,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we can pause it. Can pause it. Good. Can pause it. Okay, 3. So why? Because the tool is required to log off now. Just if you click OK button, that will be forcefully, it will be signed out. Done. Right? That will be logged off now. So now immediately we need to log in again. We need to log in. Why? Because the tool just asked us to log off and log in again. Then we can use that one now. Now we have to log in now. Done. So see, automatically it is starting now. But where are our downloads? Where can I go? Downloads. Oh, crash. Let me resume. 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 Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think it's continuing. Yeah, you can see. So it is continuing now. So yeah, our tool also opened. You can see the tool also opened now. So just to log it off, the tool is opened. So one more thing you need to remember, if the installation is got crashed in middle or something you got the power off or network issue, server is down. So it won't start from the scratch or start. So wherever it is cancelled or wherever in which ship it is passed or so it will resume from so that line it will resume from that line. Okay, so now it is asking the can you enter the SID? So what is this mean by SID here? So now we'll discuss about that some technical terms. What is mean by SID here, right? So SID means system identification. Some technical terms we should know now. Now itself we should aware of. So in this course, we should aware of the SID, instance number, right? Host name, so computer name, right? Computer name, host name, file systems, drives, right? Network. I think you know network means our cable, either Wi-Fi, broadband, any one of the broadbands and everything, right? Networks. So and yeah, so I think these are enough. File systems, network, server, yeah, server, application server. What is mean by application server? What is mean by database server? Server. Basically, what is mean by server? Server means so we are installing the our product, our application, our database on the server, right? You are installing. Now you are installing the SAP on so in a Windows host, in a Windows server, in a Windows computer. That means that is the one of the server edition. Why? Because in the server edition, you are installing in a Windows Server 2012 or 2014, so 2016, 2012. So that server editions we have to install it in a Windows level. So Linux, Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux, that we can install the that non-Windows systems as well. So database, any database, that is fine. So but we cannot install like Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 12. Maybe in the operating systems we cannot install SAP. Just it's required the server edition. Okay. So SID means that is the servers. Server means DB server means if you install the DB on that host, that is the DB server. If you install SAP on that host, that is the SAP. Server means just normal operating system only. Okay. So network, but with high configurations, with more RAM, more CPUs and everything. Network means we know networks. So drives means disks are drives. Drives means in Windows level, in Windows, we will call it as the disk, right? These are the disks or drives. We will call it as the disks. But in the Linux level, that same word which is called the file systems. In Linux level, we will call it as the file systems. Windows level, but the concept is same. File systems and the drives, both are disks. Same. Computer name means in Windows level, we will call it as the computer name. Host name means in the Linux level, same computer name. So we will not get computer name. Just we have to like host name. Instance number means instance number is like two digits number. It starts with the 000 to 99. Any number you can give during the installation. It's kind of Aadhaar number. How SID means system identification number. Suppose if anyone asks you, can you, so if anyone wants to connect to the SAP, they will connect based upon the SID instance number. SID instance number, they will open, they will log into the your SAP system. They will log into the SAP system, they will do the transactions. Mean here, what is SID means? So depends upon the your product you are installing, you have to give the name. Suppose like in the outside, how you will give the name to the born babies. If anyone born a baby, the baby is born, then after 10 days, after 11 days, as per our religious norms, then maybe we will put one name, right? Maybe we will put one short names, either like some short names. Short names means Prani, something like that. We will put the short names, right? So that same as like for SAD, SAP, SAD also, we will put the some short names like XYZ. So how? So we have to put it on. We have to put for the SAD here. So how? How means, so SAP, there is a one rule we have to follow it here. One rule we have to follow. SID means system identification. So RIL means, so it's like three alpha numeric characters we have to do. Characters we have to do. Means it's only three alpha numeric characters only. Three alpha numeric, which means the first letter should be the alphabets only. Suppose like, so X12 R A1B R ABC R R1AB. Is it correct? 1AB. Is it correct? Here I have written the one SID. Is it correct or not? No, it's not correct. Why? Because what we discussed is, it's 3 alpha numeric characters. The first letter should starts from the alphabets only. So after that, any number you can give it. It's not like the 4-5 numbers, only three alpha numeric characters. Normally the how the organizations will follow this SIDs and everything. How the organizations will follow this SIDs. So suppose you are installing the ECC product, means ECC in the landscape, you have the ECC development you are installing. So, or in the ECC quality you are installing, or S4HANA development you are installing, S4HANA quality you are installing. Suppose like you are installing these products. Suppose ECC means ECC, ECD development, EC quality. Suppose like E1D development 1, E2D development 2, E3D development. If you are installing S4HANA product, S4H, S4HANA, like S4D or S4Q or S4P, like that. These are the recommended, these are standards they will follow. By seeing this SID, okay, this is the ECC development system, this is the ECC quality system. If you type like XYZ, if you put the XYZ SID, who knows what is this? Again, you have to explain this one. So, right? So that's the reason. So here we need to put the standard SID we need to mention here. Standard SID we have to mention here. Suppose we are installing the ECC, right? Maybe we will put the ECP, right? ECC we are installing. So we can put ECP, or ECC development we can put, ECC quality we can put, ECC production we can put, ECC regression we can put. So whatever it may be, we can put this one, right? ECD, I mentioned like ECD. Just click on the next button, right? So now you got it right. What is mean by SID? SID is system identification number. So it starts from 3 alpha numeric characters. The length should be 3. It's 3 alpha numeric characters. Okay. So that we have provided correctly. That's why it went to the next screen. Here it is asking the domain name. Domain name is not required for just I uncheck the domain name. Just to click on the OK button. So here we have to give the define the inputs. We have to give the inputs here. So inputs we have to give it here. Now see here, password for all users. So if we want to set the individual passwords, so then you have to go to the custom screens. There custom specific, like customer specific passwords, you have to type it. So then password for all users. Now I am giving the passwords now. So why? Because some users will be created during the installation. That users I will explain it. So password screen, I have passed it out. passwords I have given here. So we are, if you are not sure what it is doing here, if you go to the log file, then if you just open the SAP INST file, then it will tell you what exactly it is doing in the background. So in the what time it is started in the 1919. So in the 1919, 1948, 1950, there is a log updated, which means something is doing in the back end. It is 1954, it is updated. So it is updated. If something is got updated. So you will get the screen now. So you got the screen now. Now it is asking you to enter the DB host names. Why? Because SAP is required the database, right? Database it is required. Now we have to enter the our database host name is the SAP Linux 1. Our DB SID is the HDB. Our database instance number is the 00. For database also we have to SID. So this SID is common. Entire your SAP career, SID instance number is common, right? Commonly you will get it out. Okay, the passwords it's taken. Just click on the next button. Now it will check the connectivity to the database. Now it will check the connectivity, checking the admin connect data. So which means it is checking the connectivity to data. So then once the database connectivity is okay, then only you will get the next screen. Otherwise, it will give the error, right? Your database is in the different zones. Sorry, your database in the not available, something like that. You will get it out. So see here, we got the information. The time zone of the application server IST from GMT, okay, does not match the time zone of the database server. Database server in the PDT time zone, but our SAP is in the this time zone. Ensure application host database server doesn't have the same time zone. Otherwise, applications are not able to start it. So we have same time zone we have to maintain here. See, right? So means both the system time zones we have to maintain here. Either database we have to change the time zone, or SAP we have to change the time zones. Right? This one we have to do. Just information only. Just click on the OK button. Okay, we will change it later. Because now we connected to the database. So now, yeah. So now we can see, now we got the software path. SWPM, with SWPM, we have started. Now it is asking the kernel path. So can you download, you can download the kernels from this location. So now it is asking. So it is asking now. Now we have to go and download it. But we have in upfront, we have already downloaded all the kernels, but only 2 files I downloaded. We have downloaded the kernels. So what if I have not downloaded? Then again I have to go this place and I have to download it. Again, there is a time waste, right? So that's why as part of the preparation activities, we need to download all required softwares before you starting the installation. That is the one of the prerequisite activities we have to do. That's the reason why. Because if you are doing now, see here, if you are doing now, we are doing all these softwares in downloading and everything now, which means see how much time it is taking. Even one side we are doing the installation, one side we are downloading the softwares and everything, means it's a wasting time, right? Time wasting. So that's the reason upfront itself we have to download all these softwares, we have to download it, right? All these softwares we have to download it. So if you already downloaded, go to the path where you downloaded in the E drive SAP softwares, then kernel, just select the kernel, right? Kernel, you can select it, click on the OK button. Just click on the next button, then that will be checked now. So it will cross check. It will not take everything. It will not take everything. Just it will validate now. The SAP INST will validate now. So it is processing the the processing it will validate it whether your files are corrupted or correctly are there or not. It will cross check now. All these files will be cross checked now. See here. So now our files are downloaded. Now files are downloaded now. I will extract this one. Not these files. These are the So exports. No, just doing export. We have so this IGSEXE, right? IGSEXE, so wrong version. See here. Unfortunately, I selected the wrong version here. Unfortunately, I selected the wrong version here. We need to select the Windows version. Windows. But see, this is the thing will happen. If you don't download the patches on time, so on time means as part of the preparation activities, now you have to download it. Now you have to download it. Otherwise, it will create the problem. So that's the reason. Okay. So that's the reason. So see here, now it is SAP is validating. SAP is validating the all these patches. It is validating. You can see. So it is taken like SAP EXE, the file, the kernel files. There are the whole kernel files actually. SAP EXE, SAP EXE DB, IGS EXE, IGS helper. So you need to remember these words. Or during the kernel upgrade, you will get what is this means. So it is validating. See here, it is validating. Then it will validate each and every file. It will validate. It will be verified. It will validate. It will verified, accepted. Like that, it will validate each and everything. It will validate it. See here, it is validated. Still, two files are missing. What is these two files? IGS EXE, IGS helper. So IGS EXE, right? IGS EXE, that exe we downloaded just now, we downloaded to show what if I don't download the files on time. On time means before the patching. Now again we have to download it. Now see here how we are downloading. Now we have to download it, then go to the here where you downloaded the files. So IGS exe you have, IGS helper also downloaded. So IGS exe, IGS helper, these two files we downloaded. We will keep it into the our E drive. So where we have the all the softwares are there. So if when you are doing the installation your time, you need to refer these things. You need to refer all these things. You need to refer it. Okay. So now IGS exe also we downloaded IGS exe, IGS helper. So what exactly this IGS exe kernel files means? So kernel files, these files are the OS level binaries, operating system level binaries. So like how for human, how the backbone and heart is backbone is very important for us, right? Without backbone, can we live? Like we can live, but can we run or can we do anything? Nothing, right? Same here also, without backbone or without heart. So these are the heart for the SAP kernel files. These are the heart. So that's why, so we need to download these files as well. These are the SAP recommended files, 4 files. So SAP EXE, SAP EXEDB, IGS EXE, IGS helper. We have to download these things as well. See here, each and every file it is reviewing. Suppose if you give the wrong file, it will immediately detect the error. Then it will give, okay, this is not the correct file you have downloaded. You need to download the correct file, then enter it here like that. So you have to do that one again. You have to do that. You have to rework it out. So that's the reason. Okay, IGS helper. Okay, so all files are available now. All files. Just click on the next button. So like that, we have to provide the inputs. So more inputs we have to provide it. Like that, we have to keep on providing the inputs and everything. So can we pause it? Or shall we continue? Are you getting, or can we pause it? At least you can try,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You can, at least you can try like starting the sum tool, SWPM tool, then giving the some inputs and providing, checking the screens and everything. So later then after that, so we can start installing and everything. That's we can do that one anyhow. But you can, is it fine, right, to pause it here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till now, what we up to this phase, you can come and you can stop it. So make sure at a time only one person can start the installation on one host. So others are starting means, so another person cannot open the SWPM tool. So one person has to start it. So now I'm canceling here. Okay, just canceled here. So that just one person can come and open the SWPM, just check the screens and everything, give the inputs, start giving the inputs. When you're done, just cancel it, then inform to the next person. When you're done, give the inputs, inform to the next person. This way we can work. Only SWPM tool installation, only at a time, only one person can do, not the more persons. So that's the reason. So you can login wise, you can log in multiple person opening the SWPM, only one person have to do at a time. So that is the one. Okay. So if you are doing something, just to ping in the group so others knows, then once you're done, I have done something like that, you can text it so that others can start it. So like that, you can just to open the screen, folders, SAP software, then SWPM, then open the SAP INST, provide your user ID, then password, then just click on the navigating, then you will come to know what exactly the screens are coming and everything. Okay. How the tool is opening, what is the port number, what is the URL, what are the softwares. Just go and open the here in this E drive. You will see the softwares. Here you see the DB client, DB client, exports, host agent, kernel. Now we have started the sum tool. Sum tool is the installation tool. Then we have provided the input of the kernel. Kernel we provided the input, that is done. Then after that, it will ask the exports. After that, host agent. After that, DB client. Then we have to, like that, we have to provide the inputs. Just click on the next button. Then finally, it will ask you, do you want to continue? Like that, it will ask you. Then just when you click on the continue button, then it will start installing. That time we don't require. Why? Because SAP will take care of that one. Some tool, SWPM tool will take care of that one. Okay. So like that, you can start it. So okay, any doubts or any questions are, so just you can ping me. I can assist you. Okay. Thanks guys. Thanks for your time.